We're talking about Mike from Wiggly Aardvarks.
Yeah.
Talking about some lightly vibrating anteaters out here. Says if a scientist can't make a complete set of amino acids, then a warm little pond can't either. Talking about abiogenesis up in here, y'all. Mike, you are on the Atheist Experience. I believe we've spoken before, have we not?
Yeah, and you told me that you did that all the time in glass jars. And how come you didn't answer Mr. Tour's first question of his 5-question?
Yeah. We talked about how amino acids are made in laboratories through experimentation before. We talked about, so just to make sure I'm on the same page, we've mentioned the fact that there are over 500 different types of amino acids that have been discovered in nature. We've talked about the fact that we've discovered over 70 amino acids in space. And we talked about the fact that we only need 20 amino acids to make life on Earth. And your contention is that somehow or another, that's not good enough evidence for the abiogenesis hypothesis, for the idea that amino acids can self-assemble. Am I remembering that correctly? Not even abiogenesis, just the self-assembly of amino acids.
You have to write clueless on the board. That's how.
Yeah, so you think amino acids formed in a warm little pond?
No.
I think it's really
like
strange that,
1.5
Mike, I think it's strange that, you took time out of your day to call in at a specific time, to wait about 30 some odd minutes to talk with some people. And, JMike and I are great, we're super awesome. But this sumbitch, he actually studies this fucking shit. And for some weird reason, just the moment he started trying to have a conversation with you, you decided that you were going to shove your head fairly far up your ass. Would you like to actually speak with somebody that's knowledgeable on this and can like converse with you and help you learn? Because it was just weird to me that you didn't address anything that Forrest said. He asked a question.
Let me finish what I was going to say.
It'd be great if you asked the question that I asked.
Why,
that's the whole thing. Is like what I asked you is that we've discovered we need.
You didn't ask. The question. Can I? Let me. Our original question was.
I mean, we got to get it together first.
The original question was. We need.
I don't care about.
We need 20 amino acids for life. We need 20 amino acids for life. We've discovered 70 amino acids in space, and we've discovered 500 amino acids just around in nature here on Earth. Why is that not a reason for you to accept the idea that amino acids, or at least give some evidence for the idea that amino acids can self-assemble?
Well, you can't make it do it in the laboratory.
So, really quickly,
Nobody
do you
has
agree?
made a set of amino acids sufficient for a protein to form.
Right.
Do
you agree that there was a time? Do you agree that there was a time when we could not generate lightning in a laboratory?
That has nothing to do with it.
It would be great if you could actually answer the question, Mike. It would be great if you could actually answer the question, Mike.
Progress.
Was there a time when we didn't have Van de Graaff generators? Was there a time when we didn't have Van de Graaff generators and we could not make lightning on our own? Is that true?
I'm not talking about lightning.
I'm not asking you about lightning too long. I just have 2 questions about lightning, and you're going to have to answer them. So is it true that at one point in history, we could not make our own lightning? We could only see it out in nature.
What?
Well, hell no. You can't answer the question. That's why you're being a poop about it.
I'm being a poop. That sounds like some shit I would say, and that's not a compliment. I'm asking you a question, and you're going to have to answer the question. Because see, what's happening here is that we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation. You're not here to preach at me. So because you called into our show to have this discussion, I'm leading you down a little logical pathway to help you understand why I don't accept what you're saying. So you're going to have to play the game, right? You're going to have to participate if you want to play. So is it true, Mike, that there was a time when scientists could not recreate lightning in a lab? Yes or no?
Answer Poop's question.
I don't care. Don't care. I'm not answering that.
Well, see, there you go, Mike.
Then you don't actually care about the conversation.
You aren't interested in this shit, man.
That actually is a great answer.
Thank you.
You don't care about the truth. You don't care about what's actually happening. You don't care about the progress of science. You don't care about what we've learned. You've decided what you want to believe, and you're going to believe it because you want to believe it because you want to believe it because you want to believe it. That's what you're demonstrating.
And that, honestly, Mike, I'm normally very, very kind, very compassionate. I try to be, you know. I'm going to tell you this, man, and I mean this to the deepest depths of my non-existent soul. I think that's fucking sad.
It is.
I think that is deeply, deeply sad. You have stripped away all of the beauty of this world, the one chance that you've got to really make a go of it. And you just decided you're going to sit in the fucking corner with a blanket on your head. And no matter how many times somebody comes up and tries to give you a little bit more of a view of the world you're in, you're going to just pull that fucking blanket tight. And hey, man, that's cool. That's cool, man. I don't know why, but if you're masochistic and you enjoy it, hey, call us back, man. We'll slap you around any fucking time. But that's weird, dude. That's just so weird to me. Like, learn stuff. It's awesome. Like, I'm wrong all the time, man. And then I find out there are sharks that glow in the dark. And it's like, that's so cool, man.
People aren't excited enough about sharks for real. Like in general,
they really do. They're amazing.
Did you know? There's different types of scales for fish. There's different. There's leptoid scales and cycloid scales and all these different kinds of scales. Sharks have placoid scales. They are made of dentin, the stuff that makes the insides of your teeth. Yeah, sharks don't just regenerate their teeth. They are literally lined with teeth, tip to tail. Yeah. Their scales are made.
Are they just like a sentient tooth? Is that what sharks are?
They're just a whole ass mouth.
Giant tooth.
They're a whole. They're just lined with teeth. Also, talking about how they can smell a drop of blood and however much what. Fuck off. Do you know they have fucking ampullae of Lorenzini? They have electroreceptors. They can detect with their faces the electrical impulses that cause the muscle movement in their prey. They can smell electricity, for lack of a better word.
Fascinating.
And they're covered in teeth. Mike doesn't give a fuck. He hung up a while ago. But like, people, it's so cool. Also, I can't, what I was going to say to Mike is that there was a time when we couldn't make electricity in a lab. Electricity only happened in nature. We had no idea what it was. We had no idea what it was made of. Now I have a Van de Graaff generator at my house. I can literally crank a little thing and make lightning in my fucking house. It's just cool. And we've learned the thing now. So for you to sit here and say, well, scientists can't make every single amino acid. First of all, yes, we goddamn can. Second, we've made a bunch. We've made a bunch, y'all. We don't have a reliable abiotic way to do them like through or make them homochiral. I get that closer. I'm being a big old.
Did I get the arrow right?
It is.
That's so great.
It is deeply funny to me that a grown man said that I was being a poop today.
That was really good. That was really good.
That is some dumb shit that I would say, and the fact that he said it so seriously. But yeah, like, dude, we don't know everything, but like we know a whole hell of a lot more than we knew 20 years ago, and I think it was on this show what we were talking about. If you were making this exact same argument 20 years ago, you could have said it about a lot of stuff. Yeah. And we filled in a bunch of blanks since then. And so now you have to cram your God into a smaller and smaller pocket of ignorance until eventually you're going to be forced to say, well, obviously this chemical pathway that we now know very well is very complicated and very special, therefore God did it. And don't fucking pretend like that isn't what you're going to do, Mike, if you won't even address a question about whether or not we always knew what lightning was. Because fucking Mike thinks that people were walking around 2 million years ago with a goddamn Van de Graaff generator in one hand and a stone hand axe in the other. Yeah. Whatever. Like, dude, come on.